Hello, everybody. Brad Johnson here, and welcome to the New Earth Teachings webcast for Friday. So again, Fridays are our new days where we'll be doing the New Earth Teachings webcast from now on. Just except for next Friday. I will not be here next Friday. I'm actually going to be flying down to California to see someone very, very special. So I will not be here for that Friday webcast, but the Friday after next, I will be here. But of course, before we get started, I just have one announcement before we get started into today's webcast is for tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow we have a free Adronis event. This is the first time in a long time I've been able to do just kind of like a big event with Adronis online here. It's going to be held on Zoom, okay? And it's called Adronis, the 2020 Transition. Now again, this is going to be on Zoom webinar. And it's also going to be live casting through YouTube as well too. So if you're not able to hop on to the webinar, don't worry. You just have to tune into my YouTube channel here at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. All right, and it's going to be broadcasting live on YouTube. Now, for people who are asking questions, only those that are attending in Zoom will be asking the questions because we're going to have 100 people. Okay, so there's 100, kind of like 100 registration capacity with the Zoom room. So 100 people will be on there. I have a moderator as well, too, who will be moderating and taking questions. But everybody who basically does come onto the Zoom webinar will have 2 questions that they can ask Adronis. Okay, so it will be a 2-hour presentation. The first half hour, I'll basically be going through kind of meditation and looking a little bit more into 2020. And then the next 90 minutes will involve Adronis. Adronis is going to do a brief presentation, and we'll probably have about a good hour of Q&A as well too. So this is a very exciting event. This is going to be happening every month. Okay, so there's going to be Adronis events happening around the end of June as well, the end of July, etc. So this is coming back now, and I'm really excited about this event tomorrow. Again, it's happening Saturday, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. So if you have already registered to it, it's kind of like you have to kind of beat the clock. We have 230 registrations, and we only have 100 registration capacity, right? So there's basically people are just going to be flying into the room as soon as we open. So again, this will be happening tomorrow. And again, you guys can tune into YouTube if you're not able to make it into the Zoom room. This will also be recorded, and it will also be placed into the YouTube channel as well too, automatically, as it will be a live stream recording. Okay, so that is the announcement for tomorrow. And of course, the second announcement would be, of course, the Healing Code cards. Now, a new batch has just come on to Amazon.com. I'm actually just sending another box of cards today to Amazon.com, so that'll probably take about a week or so to get there. So a lot more cards are coming into Amazon.com right now. Previously, they were sold out. So it's great news. I'm glad to see the cards are selling out. But again, through Amazon.ca and Amazon.com, the Healing Code cards are available. Or you can also just go to the website, healingcodecards.com. You can grab the digital edition that's now available. Okay, the digital edition is available in both English and Spanish. All right. So when you purchase the digital edition, you're getting a zip file. Okay, the ZIP. Right, you're getting a zip file. For some phones, like tablets and stuff like that, some of them may be a little bit temperamental with a zip file. If that happens, just contact me, and I'll send you a Google Drive folder, and you can download all the cards through that folder, okay? Some people have had problems with downloading zip files, especially if it's on a tablet or on a phone as well, too. So again, if that is a problem that you have, just let me know, and I'll be happy to send you an online folder where you can download all of the cards, either in English or in Spanish, okay? So I'm also looking to get the Spanish cards in print over the next little while. It'll probably be around the fall time, I would say, probably around September, where I'm going to get the Spanish cards printed, and I'm looking to start Amazon Mexico as well too, right? So basically it'll be Canada, United States, and Mexico that'll be handled by Amazon, and the rest of the world handled on healingcodecards.com. So again, if you guys have your Healing Code cards, great, enjoy them. If you don't, go to healingcodecards.com or go to Amazon if you're in Canada, or if you're in the United States. If you're in the rest of the world, just order them through the website, healingcodecards.com. Okay? Great. Thank you, guys. And we will go ahead now and get started with today's webcast. So the first thing we're going to be doing, as we usually do, as I'm going to lead you guys through a meditation first, and then we're going to go into healing requests, distance healing requests, and then we'll get into Q&A. And if you guys do have questions for Adronis, you'll be able to answer that. So this is kind of for you guys who may not be able to attend tomorrow because it is jam-packed. There's a lot of registrations. So if you're not able to get on, like I said, just the people that are attending Zoom will be able to ask questions for Adronis because we're just doing live feedback, live video, and all that. My eyes are closed, so I'm not going to be able to see what the questions are. So basically, people are going to start popping on audio, or if they're in chat, then of course my moderator is going to be reading them out. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a lot of fun. But today, there will be an opportunity for you guys to ask a couple questions to Adronis. Again, I kind of look for, in this particular webcast, questions that I think will benefit the whole. But when you're in the webcast, or if you're in the event tomorrow, any question is fine. Okay. So let's just go ahead firstly and start off with a guided meditation. So let's get ourselves nice and comfortable. If you're seated, great. If you're laying down, that's good too. All right, so basically what this is going to involve is this is going to help to relax all of the muscles within the body, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to start off from the bottom of the feet, and we're going to work all the way up to the top of the head. And we're just working on relaxing all of the muscles in the body, and then just grounding ourselves completely into the earth and just receiving earth energy. So it's a bit of a different meditation, but still a beautiful one, okay? So just get yourselves nice and relaxed right now. Let's take 3 deep breaths in and 3 deep breaths out. Okay, so inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. Now I just want you to bring your focus and awareness down to the bottom of their feet, just up into the areas of the ankles. Okay, so the bottom of the feet, right to the ankles. I want you just to tighten up all of the muscles contained within the feet and around the ankles as much as you can. And just hold that tension for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Let your muscles within your feet and your ankles relax. Okay. Next, we're going to tense all the muscles around the calves, around the knees, and up around the quadriceps, so just the rest of the leg, okay? So legs just up into about the areas of the hips, okay? So I want you right now just to tense up all of those muscles, your calf muscles, your knees, your quadriceps, the buttocks, right up to the area of the hips, okay? So tense them up now. And release in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go. Okay, and we're moving up into the waist here, and we're just going to basically tense up all of the muscles around the abdomen and around the back. So we're kind of just going all the way up close to around the area of the collarbone here, okay? You do not have to tighten up your arm muscles, your arms, your shoulders. We're not doing that. We're basically just focusing on the abdomen, and we're focusing on the back, okay? So just try and tense up all of those muscles now. All right, and just tense them up as best you can. And we're going to release them in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go. Okay. Now we're going to move on to shoulders, arms, hands, fingers. Okay. So let's tense all those up as best as we can. All right. Tensing them all up. And holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go. Okay, now we're going to move on to the neck, face, head area, okay? And we're just tensing all that up as best as we can, right? And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let go. All right. So that is a muscle relaxing exercise, and what that's basically teaching you is helping you to determine what is tense from what is relief, okay? So when you go into meditation, you want to do an exercise similar to that, maybe exactly like I've done right here, or something else that is in relationship to it. Okay, you're tensing up all of your muscles just for 5 seconds, and then you're releasing. And as you do this, you're starting to feel a good wave of relaxation and relief. You're feeling a lot more lighter. You're feeling a lot more limp. right? And this helps with your meditation because there's sometimes, many of us, when we go into meditation, we deliberately tense up certain spots of the muscles. And that's not good for the body when you're going into meditation. You want to relax yourself. You want to be almost like limp, right? You want to be very at ease. It's very important that you have an erect spine and all that, but you're not tensing up all of these muscles unnecessarily, right? So you're just relaxing, releasing all of that tension. This is also helping you to teach yourself how to become relaxed rather than being so tense, right? Some of us, actually, when we're meditating, will bite down on our teeth, right? Sometimes we'll actually grind our teeth. I can see that happening as well too, right? So we want to relax our jaw muscles, especially when we're doing the last part, right? We're tensing up our jaw, right? And then 5 seconds, we let it all go, okay? So this is very, very important. We want to make sure that we're allowing our body to become completely relaxed and in a state of ease as we go into meditation. So now we're going to do the second part of the meditation. So again, if you're seated, this would be best. Okay, so we're going to place our hands upon the center of our chest. Take another deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, and I want you to focus your awareness down to the base of your spine. And I want you to feel these black etheric roots. Okay, these black etheric roots are now just starting to move down your legs, moving down the knees, going down the shins, past the ankles, down to the bottom of the feet, feeling the feet opening up, and feeling those black etheric roots going deeper and deeper into the earth. And I just want you to feel it now going deeper and deeper, as deep as you feel you can go, even if you go right into the core of the earth, into the earth's heart. Go ahead and do that. Okay, so as those roots travel deeper and deeper into the earth, now you're going to feel that brown energy coming up through the earth, moving up through the roots, and now just softly connecting into your body as that brown energy now moves up into the base of your spine. Okay, and that's all we're doing. We're not bothering with the chakras today, okay? We're just grounding ourselves, okay? And then our chakras will basically start to take care of themselves as we remain in this grounded, centered, relaxed state. So the first step is just easing and relaxing your muscles. Second step is grounding into the earth with the roots. Third step is receiving that brown energy of the earth and just letting it come up into the base of your spine and just sitting with that feeling, sitting with that sensation. Okay, just feeling like a tree. You have all these roots and you're just completely anchored into the earth. This is exactly what Taoists and what martial artists and Qigong masters will do, is they will root themselves into the earth so well, you can't even push them. You could have a line of like 20 people trying to push the master. He won't even budge, right? You can try to lift him. He can't even be lifted. He is so deeply anchored into the ground, there's nothing you could do to try and push him, to pull him out or to grab him or to lift him or anything of that nature. This, again, is proper rooting. So in martial arts, in Tai Chi and Qigong, in Taoist traditions, they will teach you how to completely anchor and root yourself directly into the earth so that you're completely immovable. And when you're in that state, it's basically going into like a type of trance because you're connecting deeply with the earth and you're receiving all knowledge with the earth. I was actually just going through a forest yesterday and I was getting downloads from trees. So I'd put my hand upon a tree and I'd start getting downloads. One of these downloads that came in was a Native American woman. I was basically seeing a Native American woman coming out of a tree and basically kind of like embracing me, right? And I was seeing this beautiful natural reality, I guess you could say. It's almost kind of like something as if you were to go on like a DMT trip, right? You just see all these beautiful fractal patterns. You see this light, this energy everywhere. Everything was spiraling, everything was moving. And I was just embracing this beautiful tree that represented a Native American woman within it. So that was very, very sweet, very nice as well too. It was just very relaxing. It calmed me. But they're also almost like a living library as well too. They will tell you anything that you really need to know regarding the earth. That you can connect deeper to the ancestors of nature, to the ancestors of the earth, just by rooting yourself, right? And I did that a couple times yesterday. And I was even getting some knowledge from the trees and saying, Brad, just root yourself. If you want to know anything about the earth, just root yourself into the earth, remain in that state, and anything you want to know relating to the earth will be given to you, right? It's a beautiful gift. So this is something that we want to work on. Again, is relaxing the muscles, getting yourself at ease, centered, and then being able to bring your etheric roots into the earth and just plug in. And now you're part of the network. And now you can receive all this information from the earth. It's a beautiful thing. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and move on and get started with today's requests. So like I said, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start off with healing. And then we'll be getting into Q&A secondly. So let me just go down the Q&A list here. I'm just going to start up at the top of the chat and work my way down. All right. Got a lot of people here from Denmark, from Germany, from SoCal, hey, from Quebec, Norway, Mexico. Great. Great to see everybody around the world here. Nadine says, I bought Brad's healing cards. I use cellular enhancement on a bottle of water and drink all day. Great. Cellular enhancer is a really powerful one. So I'm glad you're using that one daily. Okay, moving down the list a bit more. Okay, here's a request for gums, I think. Yeah, okay. Just making sure I'm going down the list here properly. Okay, so Marianne, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Healing request for my gums. Okay, so we will look into your gums here. So, absolutely. Marianne, what I'd like you to do firstly is just placing your hands upon the center of your chest, okay? And just feeling these roots coming out through your hands. And I want you just to feel those roots wrapping around the gums, okay? Wrapping around the teeth, wrapping around the gums, wrapping around the nerves contained within the teeth, within the gums as well too, okay? So what we want to do is that as we have these roots coming into around the area of the gums, I want you next to just bring forward an apologetic energy, okay? So your energy right now, being very apologetic to your mouth, just to the entire mouth area, right? So you're just saying, in simplicity, I apologize to my mouth for being neglectful and not allowing my mouth to remain in the state of health. I ask for its forgiveness, and I also ask for its assistance in helping to clear away all the debris so that my mouth can be healthier again. Okay? Just something very, very simple like that. It doesn't have to be verbatim, right? But just something along those lines where you're just being apologetic to your body, you're asking for forgiveness, and you're also asking for assistance with your body as well too, okay? So with all of those roots now connected and linked together with the gums, the nerves, the teeth, okay? I want you to see black liquid around the areas of the gums where you feel that there's pain or discomfort or soreness or anything of that nature, okay? Basically just a lot of stagnant energy, and it represents this black liquid. Okay, so with all those roots there, and now that you have apologized and asked for forgiveness with your body is now happy to work with you. So I want you to feel all of that black liquid coming out from the gums, from the nerves, from the teeth, and just moving it deeply into your hands, okay? So they're going through the roots, and they're coming back into the hands. And I'll give you a moment now just so you can feel that black liquid coming into the hands. Okay, and I will now connect with Spirit. I command Spirit's God Light to completely cancel out, eliminate, and purge all of the black liquid debris energy from Marianne's hands, lifting all of that energy up out of her body, putting it up into source consciousness to be purified and forgiven in totality. Apply. Okay. So Marianne, basically we just want to kind of take it easy today now that the spirit codes are coming in. They're going to start working on that. Some people can feel it within a matter of seconds, within a matter of minutes, or within a matter of hours. Just depends upon the person altogether. So just drink some water. You know, you don't have to overdo it. I'm not saying you have to drink like 4 gallons of water or anything like that. Just drink like a cup or two, about 1 cup or 2 cups of pure fresh water, and let yourself kind of lay down a little bit. Just take it easy. Even if you can take a nap, that's a good thing as well too. Just we want to try and keep our body at rest as these codes start going to work and start clearing out that area pertaining to any pain or discomfort energy altogether. All right. And guys, remember one of the techniques that I've taught many of you that's on the YouTube channel here. Okay. If by chance you are ever going through any particular forms of soreness, stiffness, aches, pains, all right, anything of that nature, let's say, for example, that I have a sore left shoulder, okay, and there's just like a throbbing, uncomfortable pain right there, okay, what I'm doing is I'm placing my hand upon that shoulder, and I'm just taking deep breaths, okay, so deep breath in, deep breath out, deep breath in, deep breath out, and I just keep breathing in and breathing out until I feel like that threshold of pain becomes a little bit more tolerable, okay? So all we're doing is, it's very similar to like what you learn in yoga or martial arts, right? You learn how to breathe. You learn how to bring oxygen into any area that feels uncomfortable, okay? And as you do that, you just follow the breath, and it basically just reaches a tolerant level, okay? So if it's like this, where it's extreme, and after you start breathing, it starts going like this. So it's tolerable, it's still there, but it's not as bad. So what do we do next? We laugh at it, okay? We laugh into the injury. So we basically just start smiling, and we start laughing. And we get into that laughter. We just keep laughing and laughing and laughing. Laugh for a whole minute, right? If you can laugh for a whole minute, that's great. What that laughter is doing is that's completely dissolving away any thought forms pertaining to an excruciation, right? So when you get hurt, you go, ah, geez, this hurts so much, ah. You just put a whole ton of feeling, a whole ton of thought form into that injury. And now that injury is going to get worse, right? Because you are feeding it. So when you just start to breathe, whenever you're banging your shoulder or there's some sort of pain, right? Try not to get too attached to the pain. You're feeling it, you understand that, but you're not trying to react to it so much in a deeply involved manner, right? When you're injured, just take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Just give it oxygen. Just give your wound oxygen, okay? So you're basically going at a tolerable threshold pertaining to the pain, the ache, the sore, the stiffness, the discomfort, all right? And then you're putting your hand there and you start laughing, okay? Just laugh. Just laugh for the sake. Imagine someone's tickling you, all right? You're laughing in that way, right? Imagine that you just heard a funny joke, whatever it is, just something that makes you feel like you're laughing, okay? And then just smile and start laughing and just start laughing and start laughing. It's like with me. I'm not even thinking of a funny joke, okay? I'm just laughing for the sake of laughing. And so I do that for a solid minute. And after I do that, I just basically imagine like there's spirit light in my hand. 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gone. Okay? So I basically just feel like spirit light is in my hand, this white spirit energy. After I laugh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? I just go about my business. A matter of seconds to a matter of minutes later, pain's gone, right? Or I would say at the very best, or very least, about 95% of it is reduced. Okay? So there's that little bit of 5%, and that basically will just need to be slept off. As you take a nap, as you go to sleep at night, that pain should be completely gone by morning. Okay? That's one of the easiest things you guys can do. Okay? This is the same thing with your organs. Okay? If you were having problems with your organs, again, you breathe into them. This is what you're learning in yoga. This is what you're learning in martial arts. You're learning how to breathe into your body. You're learning how to give your body oxygen. Yes, it's important that you have a good diet. Yes, it's important that you're exercising. Yes, it's important that you're meditating. But you're also working to regenerate organs. Okay, in my Body Regeneration Series course that I have on my New Earth Teachings website, this teaches that as well too. Is that you can actually start cultivating repair cells, and you can start bringing them into areas of the body to regenerate the organs. But this is another surface-based step as well too, is if you feel like there's some pain, maybe around your liver, right? You just start breathing. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. It gets tolerable, you start laughing at it, right? Not really laughing at it, but you're laughing into it. That would be the more appropriate term. You're laughing into your injury, okay? All of that pain debris, all of that thought form energy is now clearing out completely. You take spirit light. Spirit light is just coming into your hand. You're just envisioning it, right? Just almost like as if spirit's touching your hand, and you feel this white light coming in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. Now you just go about your business. Matter of seconds to a matter of minutes. maybe a couple hours later, pain is either completely gone or at very least 90 to 95% reduced. Okay? Very simple, guys. Okay? Healing your body is not complicated. It's learning how to talk to it. This is very much like what Adronis came through yesterday, talking about the science of the simple, right? Through my newest video, Adronis relating to merging your levels. Okay? Very simple, guys. It is not difficult to heal your body. It's not. Okay? Eat healthy, right? Get your greens, get your vegetables, get your fruits. Listen to the medical medium, okay? Get his books, okay? I'm not sponsored by him, as I've talked about before. Just get his books. They're excellent, okay? Read them. And now you start to get an idea about cleanses that work, taking care of your liver, working with celery juice, all of that stuff. And that's great physical stuff that we want to do with our body. That's important. But now we're also working together with the emotional level of the body, okay? And we're clearing a lot of that debris out just by laughter, right? Laughing into your body. So with Marianne having problems with her gums, she basically just breathes into her mouth, right? And then just gets into a tolerable level. And now I just want you to start laughing into your mouth, right? And you laugh at least for a good solid minute. Try and laugh for a solid minute. There's people around you, go into a private space, go into your bedroom, go outside in the backyard, wherever it is, so you can have private space. He was saying, why are you laughing? Oh, I got my phone here and I'm just watching a commercial. It's funny. Whatever, doesn't matter, okay? But as long as you have your space and you're laughing, after that minute, okay, feel like spirit is touching your hand, okay? White light covering your hand, okay? And you're just wiping off the mouth relating to gum pain, okay? Nerve pain. Pain in the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Throwing it away, okay? Matter of time passes, you're feeling a lot better, okay? It's all it takes, guys. Very simple. Dedicate yourself to these practices. It's not something that a lot of people are going to teach you because they want a lot of money from you, right? Doctors basically want to prescribe all these drugs and stuff like that. And they have good intentions in mind, but again, it's an industry like anything else. We just need to be mindful of that, okay? Okay, let's move on now to Azita. Azita has a request here. Oops, lost my place. There we go. Okay. Azita says, Brad, can I please have healing for my mother's right knee? Thank you. Okay. Yes, Azita, we can do that. So Azita, this is where I'll need your help. Okay, so you're going to be a co-facilitator for this. And so, Azita, what I want you to do right now is just get yourself nice and relaxed. Okay, deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, and I want you to envision your mother in your mind right now, whether she's standing in front of you, whether she's seated in a chair, whether she's laying down on a couch or a bed. Any of those postures is fine, okay, as long as you see your mother in good clarity as a hologram within your mind, okay? So now I just want you to approach your mother, and I just want you to ask her energy through this image of the hologram. Mother, is it okay if I can work on your right knee today? Okay. So I'm just going to assume that you're going to get approval because I can't really connect with you and have a conversation with you through this too much. So I'll assume that you get a yes, and now we can get started. Okay. So Azita, what I want you to do is I want you to take your hand and I want you just to place it upon your mother's right knee. Okay. Now, if you want to, you can actually use your own body as a canvas as well, too. You can imagine that your own physical body is your mother's body, okay? So if you feel like you want to touch your own right knee and saying, this is my mother's right knee, that's fine as well, too. Or you can touch the hologram within your mind, okay, of your mother. So I just want you to feel that area out, all right? I want you to feel the roots coming out of your hands, and you're putting it towards the right knee, okay? I want you to imagine that those roots are now connecting directly around your mother's knee. Yeah, she's had a lot of wear and tear in her knee. She's been pretty rough on it over the years, okay? So we're basically just seeing, again, a lot of that black liquid energy just around the knee, inside the knee, around the knee, all together, okay? And we're just working with the etheric roots. We don't need to do the apology because it's your mother's body, right? Be good if your mother can do an apology to her body. That would be great. But as you're a co-facilitator, you're now just starting to suck up a lot of that black liquid energy within the right knee, okay? And I want you just to feel that, and you're storing it into your hands, okay? So I'll give you a few seconds as you do that now, just taking all of that black liquid energy that your mother has in her right knee You're sucking it up and you're putting it into your hands. Okay? Okay. And I will go ahead now and connect with Spirit, and we will release that energy. I command Spirit's God Light to completely cancel out, eliminate, and purge all of the black liquid debris energy contained within Azita's hands from her mother's right knee, lifting all of that purging, dense energy out of her mother's body, out of Azita's hands, and putting it up into source consciousness to be 100% purified and forgiven in totality, and bringing pure, healthy vitality energy directly into Azita's mother's right knee, bringing it into optimal health and well-being. Apply. Okay, so Zeta, what I also want you to do right now is just shake out your hands. Okay, any residuals, you're just clearing it out. Second thing you can do, get spirit light around your hands, white light. Okay, and then secondly, you can shake them off again. Okay, spirit light is just purging any other emotional debris that may be contained within the black liquid that you're clearing out from your mother. Okay, so again, you're just shaking out the hands. And now it's just good to talk to your mom. If you're able to give her a phone call or an email or a text or something like that, just let her know that a healing has been done on her right knee, okay? And just remind her to get some rest, drink some water, 1 or 2 glasses, okay? And just get some rest. Try to go easy on the knee today. Let that energy go through and start to clean it up, okay? Thank you, Azita. Let me know how that goes with her, all right? Okay, let's go ahead and move down the list here. Hello, lovely Ms. B. Lovely Ms. B is actually going to be the moderator for tomorrow's event, so I'm happy she'll be there. Okay, here's one for JP Power. Hi, JP Power. So you said, hi, Brad. Healing for my mom, Sharon, for her weight loss. You guys are such wonderful kids, right? Taking care of your mom, Azita, and now you, JP Power. Very good. So healing for weight loss. Now, this is a little bit complicated, okay? Now, basically, when you look at the healing code cards, there's a weight loss weight loss eliminator in there. But basically, what it entails is that we have to clean out a majority of the organs. Okay, so what I can do for your mom is I can basically just kind of put this shroud of vitality energy around her aura, that's encouraging her to lose weight a little bit more by eating less of anything else that's kind of toxic, that again is processed food or anything like that, right? We basically have to clean a lot of the organs out for there to be a weight loss. Okay, it's not just about snapping your fingers and say, okay, let this person lose weight. No, right? There's a lot more to it than that, right? A lot of it is that there's food in the intestines, there's rotting food there, the liver itself can be clogged, the kidneys can have problems, the heart can have issues. Our own cellular our own cellular body needs some work as well too. There's a lot of things that get involved with the idea of weight loss, guys. Okay, it's not just like this. Okay, so what I can do for her, JP, is I can just help to bring in a shroud of love energy that would encourage her to facilitate her body better, right? So just working together with her body, maybe getting her inspired to work with exercise, to basically just make sure she's eating healthy as well too. So basically there's an inspirational energy that I can put within her energy field. But weight loss can be challenging, right? Because there's a lot of factors that are at play here. And I would need to talk to your mom as well too. I'd have to find out exactly more about her dietary plan. I have to kind of look into her energy. I could look at her photo and I can get more of an idea about what she's going through. And then we can start to clean up a lot of those areas as well too. Okay, but there's several different factors relating to weight loss. You guys just have to understand that, okay? It's not saying, oh, she's got like cellulite right here, can't you just flush that out? No, guys. There's a lot of stuff that we have to work on, because even if we do flush that out, that'll just get clogged up again because your organs are unhealthy, okay? Your organs are weak and they need to be rebuilt, right? So as we rebuild the organs and we start to flush out ourselves with a healthy diet, right, with a healthy detoxification, now we don't need to concern about having that weight loss come together. I know this firsthand, all right? I've been overweight. I know the feeling. And it wasn't just me snapping my fingers and saying, okay, just go and get this weight loss out of the way, right? I've lost about 15, 16 pounds. But that has come through work. That has come through regenerating organs. That has come through diet. That has come through exercise, okay? So there's several different factors coming together. A lot of it is also love energy. Love energy really purifies you, okay? So JP, I just want to inform you of this because this is what you can share with your mom. Okay, she probably wants to lose weight as well too, but you're not going to be losing weight just by sitting on the couch and meditating. Okay, you want to make sure you're doing things. You want to make sure your body is healthy. Weight loss is a body principle. Okay, so we want to work on regenerating the organs. We want to make sure we're eating healthy. We want to make sure we're exercising, we're meditating, we're putting a lot of love energy into ourselves, and these all represent factors. Okay, so JP, I hope that makes sense to you. So right now, I will go ahead and create a spirit shroud for your mom, helping her to encourage weight loss. Okay. I command Spirits God Light to completely shroud JP's mother's body with pure, loving spirit light, encouraging weight loss through healthy eating, through dietary changes, through healthy exercise that is tolerable for her physical body at this time, to encourage healthy meditation, to encourage increased vitality and pure love flowing through her mind, bringing forward influences of thoughts and great feelings that will encourage her in greater care, to helping regenerate the body, regenerating the organs, regenerating the bodily systems, and bringing much more encouragement, love, and support directly into her body, showing this well-beingness within herself that will encourage greater weight loss for herself. Let these codes surround, shroud her energy field now, giving her this encouragement of influence. Apply. Okay. So JP, again, just share with your mom what I shared with you today, okay? And I think that will help her a lot. And like I said, she just has to get behind this 100%. And if she does, she'll lose weight very quickly, okay? That's really what it is. The idea of you losing weight from your body, you have to get behind yourself, right? If I didn't have any particular type of commitment to do it, no, I'd continue to gain weight, right? We have to know that we want to make those changes. We want to make those shifts. We have to make life decisions, okay? We got to learn how to regenerate our organs. We got to learn how to eat properly. We got to learn how to exercise. We got to learn how to meditate on a daily basis. So all of those things play a factor, okay? Thank you, JP. Hope she does well. Okay, here's from It's Me. I love the name. Great stuff. It's Me says, "Hi, Brad. I would love to have some help healing my lower back." Okay, so this will be our last healing. Then we'll go into Q&A. Okay. So for It's Me, healing on your lower back. Okay, I'll just refer to you as It's Me. Sounds good. So same thing, It's Me, just as before. Okay, we just place our hands upon the center of our chest. Black etheric roots coming out through the hands. And I want you just to wrap those roots around the areas of the lower back, the area or areas of the lower back where you feel the pain is the most intense. Okay, so I just want you to take a moment there. Okay, I just got a contribution from Brad Garth, so I'll work with him after this. Thank you for that contribution. So It's Me again. I just want you to wrap that energy around the base of the spine or the lower back, wherever you feel the pain is the most intense. Okay, so right now, apology, right? I apologize to my lower back for being neglectful regarding this pain that it has. I ask for my body's forgiveness and my body's assistance to help alleviate this pain so I can bring it back into optimal health, okay, and well-being. So now that you have given that apology, now that you have asked for forgiveness, the body is very forgiving, okay, and now we're feeling all of that black liquid contained in the lower back moving up through the roots and connecting directly to the hands, okay? So feeling your hands receiving all of that black liquid. Okay, and now I'll go ahead and connect with Spirit, and it will help to clear that out. I command Spirit's God Light to completely cancel out, eliminate, and purge all of the black liquid dense energy contained within It's Me's hands, lifting all of that energy up out of their back, up out of their hands, putting it up out of their body, putting up into source consciousness to be purified and forgiven in totality. Apply. Okay, so It's Me. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, relax yourself today. Have a cup or two of water, pure water, okay? And hopefully you feel better with that. Let me know how things go, all right? Okay, so Brad, thank you for your contribution. Also got another contribution here. You guys wait to the last minute, right? Okay, here's from Brad Garth. Please help me with healing my skin and all around health concerning Morgellons. Okay, so if you guys have Morgellons, here's the thing about it. Morgellons is an AI disease. Okay. Now, basically, what you want to work with if you have Morgellons is you want to look into Faraday cages, or you may also want to look into people who can offer electromagnetic pulses. Basically, you want to deactivate the type of AI that is contained in you, okay? Morgellons is an AI disease. It's a nasty thing because it has fibers, it has threads and all that, and I've worked with people who have Morgellons as well, too. Faraday cages are very, very good for this. There are some people that also do electromagnetic pulses as well, too, with it. You just have to kind of seek them out. You have to kind of do some research online. But yes, we can work with some healing around the skin pertaining to Morgellons. So again, it's called Morgellons, but it's not a natural disease in any way. It's artificial intelligence, right? So that's the nasty thing about it. But basically, once we deactivate it, once we basically clear it all out, Faraday cages, EMP, in that way, then this will help with the entire process of it. So, what I can do for you now is I will work with Spirit Light to see what we can do about the Morgellons altogether, and also helping with healing your skin. Now, again, there's no real easy way to pinpoint the aspect of the Morgellons. It can happen all around the skin as well, too. Okay, guys, no more contributions for healing. We really have to get into Q&A, okay? So what I'll do for you, Brad, is I'll work with Spirit right now to help with the Morgellons to see if we can help with skin relief, as well as seeing if we can deactivate it with Spirit, okay? So, Brad, just taking your hands now, and just placing it upon the center of your chest, okay? And I want you just to take those etheric roots, okay, and just put it all throughout your entire body, okay? From the top of your head, feel all those etheric roots just going all the way down to the bottom of your feet, right? So you're covered in these black etheric roots, okay? These black etheric roots are basically touching their Morgellon fibers, okay? So they're basically just touching, and it's actually wrapping around the fibers. And I just want you to visualize that, okay? Just like your entire body is just wrapped around with this black etheric roots that is wrapped around the Morgellon fibers, okay? Okay, now we connect with Spirit. I command Spirit's God Light to completely eliminate, cancel out, deactivate, and purge all signs of the Morgellon disease contained within Brad, completely deactivating, completely disabling, and completely nullifying any of its involvement, any of its effects upon Brad, taking any of that energy, dense energy, black liquid energy from the Morgellons, purging it out of Brad's body, putting it up into source consciousness to be 100% purified and forgiven, and allowing pure, healthy, loving vitality energy to enter Brad's body, helping to bring skin relief, helping to bring relief into his skin, and helping to continue to disable any form of the Morgellon fibers, rendering inert and clearing it out of his body entirely. Apply. Okay. So, Brad, deep breath in, deep breath out. So I'd like you to look into Faraday cages, okay? I'd like you to look into electromagnetic pulse, and that I think will also help you pertaining to Morgellons, okay? I've worked with people who deal with Morgellons, right? And it can be very nasty. It feels like insects are crawling inside their skin. Some people get it up around their scalp. They have to constantly shave their head all the time, as well too, with that pertaining to Morgellons, okay? But it is an AI disease, okay? That's its nature. So we basically want to use electromagnetic pulse Faraday cages to help with that, okay? So Brad, thank you very much. I hope that serves you in regards to what's done today, and I hope you are well with that, okay? Let's move on now to, oops, let me see if I can find race B. Okay, this is Bella. Bella says, please heal the legs, twitching, don't know what's the cause. Okay. Well, Bella, I've talked to you before about what you're going through, right? We can certainly work on the healing twitching legs altogether, but I have given you previous advice in regards to what you're going through, okay? So we'll work on that right now. So Bella, just placing your hands upon the center of your chest. Okay, and I want you to feel those etheric roots going down the legs, okay, wrapping around the entire legs, going all the way down to the bottom of the feet, okay? And I just want you to connect that to the nerves within the muscles. And I want you just to feel like it's connecting to all the nerves within the legs. Okay, to my feeling, this is something that is a detoxification. Your body is trying to clear out some certain blockages. And basically, it's in sporadic areas of your body altogether, right? You have a multitude of different things that are going on, so it's really hard to pinpoint down one thing. But basically, what we're doing is we're just going to give some alleviation to the nerves. We'll give some alleviation to the muscles altogether. But what I'd like you to do, Bella, is if you have the healing code cards, because I can't remember if you do or not, work with the major organs, okay? Work with purifying the liver, purifying the kidneys, purifying the heart, purifying the intestines as well too. Work with your nervous system as well too if you have the healing code cards, all right? So again, just wrapping those etheric roots all around the legs, okay? We're not going to collect any of the black liquid energy. We're just basically touching it with the black etheric roots, okay? So right now, Bella, what I want you to do is I do want you to give an apologetic response to your body, okay? I apologize to my body for being neglectful regarding where there is any conflict within my body, okay? Because it's in certain different areas. So just apologizing to your organs, apologizing to your nervous system, okay? Asking for its forgiveness and for its assistance as you help to clear out any of the triggers responsible for the legs twitching or any other discomfort that you're feeling, okay? And so the body will reciprocate, the body will cooperate with you, okay? So I will now go ahead and connect with Spirit. I command Spirit's God Light to completely cancel out, eliminate, and purge all of the black liquid debris energy within Bella's body that is causing any particular forms of twitches or any other particular forms of blockages or any other particular forms of trigger effects that are responsible for poor health contained within Bella's body, including her organs and bodily systems. Purging all of that black liquid debris out of her body, putting it up into source consciousness to be purified and forgiven in totality. Apply. Okay, so Bella, that is done for you. Get some rest, drink some water. Okay, thank you very much. All right, Lynn Brown, $25. Oh, okay, this is just thank you, Brad, for your service. Okay, you didn't ask for anything, so I appreciate that. Thank you very much, guys. So, like I said, we're kind of way past the healing point right now. I do want to get into questions. So again, thank you guys for your contribution, and thank you for your requests as well. Okay, I know I get these people that just pop on. They guys want to know a lot about ancient history. Well, guys, you can ask that tomorrow, right, if you're in it. Like I said, today I really just want to focus on on basically getting questions for people that will benefit many, all right? No offense, but archaeology isn't really going to benefit a lot of people, okay? So when you're looking at Puma Punka Temple and all that, there's a lot of questions about Puma Punka. I know there's people who have asked about the knobs, okay, that there's knobs, there's nubs upon sacred sites, right, across the planet, right? There's certain megaliths that have these knobs on these bricks, right? I've looked into it, okay? Why is that happening? Those are footholds, guys, okay? They basically manifest these footholds out of these knobs upon the bricks so that workers could climb up and they could actually start grabbing other stones and imbuing them into other stones. When you guys look at the megalithic sites that have these knobs, and if you have a piece of paper, you can't even slip the piece of paper in between the rocks, okay? They're all imbued together with each other, just like how the pyramids were built. Okay, so these megalithic sites were built very much in the shape, in the form that the pyramids were built, and that you have these nubs that are sticking out of the stones, and those are climbing footholds, and those are footholds that people can climb up so that they could position certain rocks and actually build these megalithic sites. So they're being used for footholds primarily. There are some other ones that may be used as languages or symbols in that way, depending upon the megalithic site. But all in all, in majority, many of them are just footholds, right? They're being imbued right out of the rock, right? So they actually use certain forms of technology. Really, it's just sound vibration that creates toroidal fields, all right? And these toroidal fields can therefore be manipulated with that sound to basically pull out, I guess you could say, or etch out a particular nub, okay? And now you're climbing up that wall, and now you're able to position more stones. So they're footholds. That's what I can answer, because there's been a lot of questions about that. I'm getting people asking me all the time, Brian, what are these footholds? What are these nubs in these rocks? And I've been getting that like week after week after week. Guys, they're footholds. You guys have the ability to go into this information, right? To go into this knowledge. I'm teaching you guys how to do this, right? Don't just rely on my stuff, right? If you want to go into this and look into it a lot more, what's the purpose of Pumapunku? Okay, it is an energy plant. It is an energy center. Okay, it is a vitalizer. It is a collector of energy. Simple as that. Okay, a lot of these sacred sites are energy collectors. They're energy matrices. They're energy buffers in that way. Some of them could even be used for power plants. Okay, they would be used in rituals. They could be used in fertility rituals. They can also be used in certain forms of illumination, enlightenment rituals as well too. But they're basically power centers. They would actually be used so that they could communicate with God through deep states of meditation, because they're actually built upon ley lines or cross sections of ley lines all together, so that this energy could come through, so you could meditate and you can talk to God. Okay, that's basically why these sites are built in this way. Do you guys ever wonder why they're built around ley lines? Why they're always built around these sacred areas of the planet? Because that's where the charge is. So many of these sites throughout many different cultures, built in different ways, still represent resonators, collectors, energy matrices that are collecting a lot of this energy. And you're going into the temples, you're doing kind of like a purification ritual, and you are meditating, and you are able to go into deeper levels of consciousness because you're getting this boost, this charge. You can go out of body, right? You can start talking to God. These temples are why do you think they're called temples of God, right? So whether it's Pumapunku or Stonehenge or any other sacred church or sacred temple, on these ley lines, they are created because they're temples of God, right? That's why they're called that. So you get this incredible charge, and you are able to go out of body, and you're able to move into deeper states of consciousness. Okay, guys, many researchers have talked about this, and they're not wrong at all. They're very correct. So what I would suggest, if you have the means, go to Pumapunku and go and sit down there and feel the charge of it, right? I've gone to the Coba ruins in Mexico. Incredible charge with the pyramids, all right? I was actually able to see visions of these ancient tribes dancing as well too. I was getting incredible visions during these solstice times, equinox times, where there is so much charge happening between these sites that people were actually starting to vanish off the face of the earth, right? That's their own personal ascension. So there's so much charge, and it was back when a lot of these pyramids were intact and temples were intact in that sense. A lot of them are deactivated right now because they were contaminated, okay? So I'm just giving this overall lecture to you guys who are constantly asking the archaeological ancient history questions, because it all just relates back to the same thing, right? Different cultures having different schematics, different designs for these temples, for these megalithic sites in that way, but they all served the same purpose. They were temples for God, right? They were temples for enlightenment. They were collectors of energy so that you could move yourself into higher thresholds of consciousness, okay? Basically going through ascension experiences. Plain and simple. Very, very easy. 1 minute, guys. Too much talking here. Okay. So let's go down here a little bit more. Thank you, Matthias, again for your question. I appreciate it. I just wanted to give you guys that sum up, okay? Okay, so here's from Lenny's Maria Martinez Perez. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Brad, much love and light to you. Thank you very much for sharing your light. This is my question. How effective can distant healing be? What are the factors that increase its effectiveness? It's through the person, right? The person is really the factor here, right? And this is why distance healing is really a subjective form, a subjective way of healing, because the person has to be very receptive to it. This is why I tell you guys when you're doing distant healing work with me that I just need you guys to give full cooperation. So it basically goes down into a 3-step rule that I have recently applied. Number 1, leave your ego at the door, okay? Your ego is not involved in regards to the healing whatsoever. Doesn't need to be there. It's a stupid thing anyways. Just leave it at the door. Okay? Step number 2 is I need your undivided attention. So I need you to focus as we do the work upon yourself, as you're clearing out the black liquid for whatever is happening within your body. Okay? So your focus, your concentration, your undivided attention there is needed. Okay? Number 3 is I need your full cooperation. Okay? And commitment to this. So it's very much like what Adronis talked about yesterday in the video. is those 3 steps to basically working and merging with your higher self together, okay? So as you do that, and that person has that full cooperation, they're able to give me their undivided attention, and they leave their ego at the door, you can have amazing healing effects, okay? Now, this is, again, part of the scientific method that you guys, again, some of you may subscribe to. Sorry to tell you guys, that scientific method just isn't good, okay? When it comes to personal healing, it is all about the person, okay? It's not about one pill fixes everybody. It's not about the idea of one certain ingredient or one certain little elixir here or one pharmaceutical drug is going to fix everybody. That doesn't work, and that's nothing but an illusion, okay? The closest aspect to a science that is actually understanding what's actually going on is quantum mechanics, is quantum physics, and even they need a little bit of work as well too. But they're still very much on the right track. Everything in reality is subjective, and if there is a full cooperation in working together with another who can help as a facilitator, it is that person that is going through the challenges that can therefore bring alleviation. So it does not matter whether I am physically present within a room with a person and doing work on them, or to whether they are distant, right? As long as I'm able to communicate with them in some way, and they're cooperative, and I have their undivided attention, and they leave their ego at the door, you can have incredible things happen. Absolutely. Because it's about the person, right? It's about the person, it's about what they're going through, and it's about their openness. You are gods, okay? This is not something new. This is what I've talked about. If you guys have followed my channel for years, you know I've talked about this. You know I've talked about the capability that you have as gods, as masters, right? So as long as you continue to follow that, and it's all based upon the person, you can have incredible things telling you this. I'm not telling you this stuff, guys, because I want to entertain you. I'm not putting on clown shoes or a red nose and honking it and saying, hey, let's talk about spirituality today, guys. Right? Really take into consideration of what I'm sharing with you guys. Because everything that I have shared with you guys, I've done myself. Okay? It has to get through me. It's a filter. I would never ask any of you guys to do these things if I was not confident that I could do them myself. Okay? I've done these things. I've done distant healing. I've done work on myself. I've helped others in that way. They've helped me as well too. So this, again, is the most important part. The person is what matters. There's no magical pill. Okay? There's no magical elixir. There's no magical song. There's no magical resonance. Nothing of that nature that will heal everybody. Doesn't work that way. We are all different symphonies. We're all different orchestras ourselves, right? Everyone's going to be playing a different tune. Everyone's going to be leading a different life. Everyone's going to be marching to the beat of their own drum. So you have differentiation through subjectivity. So it is the subject, it is the person that matters, okay? That depends upon how effective the healing can be. It's based upon that person and their openness to know that they are well, right? You're only sick because you're telling yourself you're sick. That's all. Your fear is what basically makes you sick. Very much so. That's what weakens your immune system, okay? Emotions are very much a part of it. So again, it all comes down to the person. So thank you, Linus. I hope that makes sense, okay? Icarius Notarius? Okay. Can I cure corona if I drink bleach? Go for it, man. See how well it does. I'm not sure if you're being facetious or not, but just to return your thing, your question is very stupid, right? So take that for what it's worth. Okay, so let me just go back down here a little bit more. Okay. Okay, people are asking about COVID-19. Guys, I've already talked about COVID-19. I've already talked about it. It's already been availed in different webcasts as well, too. Okay, like I said, I don't really want to get into it. Okay, I would just suggest you guys look into my previous webcasts, all right, going back like the past 4 or 5 weeks. My information is there. I'm really not trying to get into the COVID situation, okay? In the best hint I can give, it's a psychological operation, okay? It's basically part of a bailout that is happening, and it's all part of creating a surveillance agenda, a vaccination agenda, etc., okay? In the shortest way I can put it. I don't want to get into it too much, though, okay? Because I've been talking about it for several weeks, and I even get people flaming at me because I'm talking about it in this certain way and saying, oh, bro, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. Yes, it's a real virus. Coronavirus is a cold virus, and I've talked to some people that have it as well, too. and they've been able to recover from it, right? So, I mean, some people will say hydroxychloroquine will help with that. Some people will just say vitamin C. Some people will say sunlight. Some people will say oil of oregano, right? Some people will say turmeric, okay? These things help as well too. But it's not even about the virus. It's an agenda, okay? If you guys go back many years, you'll actually look at television shows that were actually not even really predicting this, but they were just sharing the same thing relating to coronavirus, right? You look at the episode called Dead Zone, okay? There's a show called Dead Zone. One of the episodes is all about coronavirus and how it was healed with hydroxychloroquine, okay? And this is back in 2003, guys, okay? It's a joke. This is all part of a planned agenda. No, it was not a future prediction. No, it was not a psychic prediction. This is a playbook that they have. They have written out in a playbook all of these agendas that could create certain panic and when to play them out on numerological dates, okay? It's a joke, okay? And that's the best way I can put it. It's a whole joke. It's a whole farce. It's something that they're just creating. They'll create these pandemics. They'll bring it out into the public somehow. And then they'll just play along with this so that they can feed an agenda, so that they can profit off these things, so that they can get surveillance, right? It's not that difficult to look at when you really see these things on an observational level, okay? The whole thing's a big joke. The whole thing's a big pandemic. And if people get pissed off with me because I say that, well, guess what? That's too fucking bad. I'm just being blunt back to you guys because this is what I've received. And this is what I've been given, and people get pissed at me because I'm sharing all this stuff and say, oh, bro, no, it's a real thing, it's a real thing. And say, well, yeah, like I said, the virus is a real thing. It is a real virus. It's not a fake virus in that way. But it's basically something that's a lot more devastating to the senior population. And the only reason it's devastating to them is because they have other things that are going on within themselves that are causing this possible fatality, okay? But no, I've talked to people who have coronavirus, and I've talked to people who have been able to recover from coronavirus. What did they do? Hydroxychloroquine, right? What did they do? Vitamin C. What did they do? Meditation, right? And they were able to clear it all out. It's not some vicious virus, guys. It really isn't. Cancer is more vicious. Diabetes is more vicious, right? This isn't. Now, whether you get pissed at me or not, I don't care. But nonetheless, that's what I'm sharing about COVID-19, okay? It's what I can share about it. Adronis has talked about it as well, too, and he's basically said the exact same thing, okay? Yeah, Bluebird, high drinking bleach can be fatal. I know. It was a very stupid question to begin with. I don't know what the hell's going on. No, of course not. I guess what he's talking about is with Trump saying disinfectant or taking disinfectant to the body. Guys, I'm not getting involved with that, right? And that's basically Trump that says it. Why you're putting it on this chat when I haven't said anything like that, I don't know. But again, it's a very stupid question that you put. So I'm just telling you that flat out. It's very dumb. Exactly. Why would you want to talk about drinking bleach? You already know it's very stupid. This is why I'm facetious. Oh, yeah, go ahead and drink bleach. Yeah, put it on your cereal. Of course, it's very stupid. Why would you do such a thing, right? It's a very stupid question. Okay. So let me go down the list here. Okay, here's one from Lawrence. Adronis, greetings. Would be possible, please, to share with us his perspective in regards to who are the Elohim mentioned in the Bible. Okay, guys, Adronis has talked about these things. Seriously, you guys got to look into my channel. I'm basically just looking for kind of questions that people have not addressed with Adronis. The Elohim, in that sense, would be, again, these ancient beings that are not even really in our dimension anymore. Okay, they basically refer to as those from heaven to earth come, in that sense. So basically, they are. You could say extraterrestrial, but they basically have much more of an angelic presence to them also altogether as well too. They are facilitators, so they're basically an ancient race that basically reached a state of ascension and are basically moving much more up into the levels of gods right now. And they were the original contributors to bringing forward in humanity's creation. Some of them may look somewhat like us. Some may not look at all like us. They can be representing different groups. I'm not talking about the Anunnaki. I'm talking about the Elohim, right? But the Elohim in that sense is just a very, very broad term that relates to the creators that helped to bring humanity into being, okay? Adronis has basically referred to the Elohim in that sense of saying that it it's a vast variable pertaining to another race that you are not familiar with. Okay, I'm not talking about the Lyrans, I'm not talking about the Pleiadians, I'm not talking about the Orions. It's another race that no longer lives in this dimensional sphere, that no longer lives even within this universe, right? So unless you're actually moving yourself into higher levels of consciousness, you won't really ever be able to meet them, okay? But they are basically senders from God, in the best way I could put it, okay? Kind of like angels, in the best way that can be put. All right? So guys, we're going to take maybe about one or two more questions, and we're going to wrap up. So I'm just going to look for some good ones down here. Okay, here's one from Killian Sage. I don't think I got a previous question from you, but Killian says, what's some good advice for new or expecting parents in this quickly evolving and changing world? Education, diet, social interactions. Now I'll bring Adronis in for this one. This one is very good. Okay, thank you for a good question. It's a lot better than that bleach question, I'll tell you that. The question is unbelievably ridiculous. Okay, so yes, I will go ahead and bring Adronis in, and he will look into your question, Killian, because I think it's a good one. I think it'll help out a lot of expecting parents as well too, and people who have kids or people who are thinking of having kids as well too. So again, the question is, what's some good advice for new expecting parents in this quickly evolving and changing world? Education, diet, social interactions. Okay, and we're going to end on this question. Okay, here we go. Soul Star Sirius Adronis. We are here. At this time, we bid you greetings, and thank you very much, Killian, for your question. And we thank you all for this interaction. As it relates to expecting parents and what can be done in regards to having these wonderful young beings a part of your life, and what can be beneficial in that sense, relating to them having a wonderful life alongside their parents, letting them be themselves. You see, understand that when a new child comes upon the planet, you are looking at the epitome of innocence. And that child in that state of innocence is your teacher, which means they're teaching you, not the other way around. We have said this many times as it relates to your young children, that when a child is born, let the preciousness of that moment remain with you. That you are staying in their sweetness, that you are staying in their innocence, that you are staying in their curiosities, that you yourselves are looking at the world again for the first time, and that you are truly appreciating the love, the sweetness, the compassion, the innocence that they have, because they are so very used to emitting this natural innocence. They are fresh from source, and you want to maintain that as often as you can. Well, Adronis, what happens when they start to get a little bit older, when they start to crawl, when they start to walk? Encourage them with love. Now, they are going to take their spills. They are going to take their falls. That's okay. You're not wrapping them up in bubble wrap and afraid that they're going to take a fall, that they're going to take a spill. That's all part and parcel of being human. What you want to encourage is their ability to experiment, to look into things with great curiosity. Of course, wherever there are certain things that may be toxic or harmful for them, they are keeping their distance from that through you being their guardian. But nonetheless, you are letting them experiment with their world. They're going to put things in their mouth. They're going to trip and fall. They're going to fall over their own feet. They're going to cry when they have a soiled diaper. Continue to be of service and preserving their innocence as best as you can. Whenever you notice that something is coming up within yourself that relates to a baby's cry or a baby's demand, it's not the baby's fault. It's something within yourself that you are now realizing, as I look at this beautiful mirror of innocence, I'm seeing things within myself coming up that's resisting my ability to fully tune into that innocence. And so I need to work on that. I want to give those aspects of myself that are in lack love. Now that I give it love, I'm no longer in a state of lack, and I can tune into the innocence of my child. I will teach my partner how to do this as well too if they are not receptive, regardless if they are man or woman. You are still teaching them this. You are again attempting to preserve as much of that innocence within your child as possible. Now, when you are looking into the aspects of education, when they start to get older, we really would not recommend your public schools as they are currently aligned. Because again, they represent falsified systems. They represent systems purely in states of intellect. So what we would suggest is looking into alternative forms, either you teaching them yourselves, or maybe looking into what you would know as your indigenous people, and learning about the ways of the earth, because that's what's the most important here. The ability to love, the ability to have compassion, the ability to work with animals, the ability to grow a garden, the ability to listen to the earth, the ability to touch and hug a tree, the ability to play with your environment, with nature, to maintain that loving, compassionate innocence is the true intelligence. The true intelligence does not come through your history books. It does not come through your science books. It does not come from those. Those are a very base skill, and they can be looked at, but not looked at in regards to a very strong state of, shall we say, a large amount of time. You want to focus much more on your love, on your compassion, on your connection with the earth, on your connection with all its living creatures, on the connection to God. That is what's going to bring about a very pure child. So when you start introducing more of what the earth naturally provides for your children, because that's where you originally belong here, it's not at a desk, it's not at a computer, it's not with a microphone, it's not with all of you gazing at a 6-inch screen. It's with you going outside, talking to nature, putting your hands in the dirt, planting seeds, playing with your animals, working together with your fellow people, bringing love and compassion to the earth, reaching further, going beyond the confines of your physical reality and going to God. That is the alignment for all of you, not just your children, but your children have an advantage because they have innocence. They're not programmed like you are. And so as you become so heavily programmed, you're actually relying on your children to deprogram you because you're looking at the earth through their eyes. And you see how they love to play with everything, how they love to frolic around, how they love to put their hands into the earth, how whenever there's a little cat around, they want to play with that cat, they want to play with that dog. They want to look at all these things with great wonder. And they are the most powerful being on this planet. It's your children. It's not the adults. The children truly hold all the power here. And so as you start to work with your children, be a facilitator to encourage them. When you're looking at sociological understanding, yes. Well, again, you want to work together with sociology, not just with the idea of human-to-human contact, but human to animal, human to nature. Sociological connection can come in many different forms. It does not have to be person to person. Now again, this is why we say that it's not so wise to go into public schools, because you are looking at other particular students that may be heavily programmed because of their, in that sense, almost being enforced to going into school and learning these things and basically going through very strong bouts of depression. So we would always say send love to such institutions, but that would not be the recommended institution for your child to be involved with. It's the idea of being institutionless and actually allowing the earth to work together and working together with those who are very much connected with the earth and befriending those who are very much connected to the earth, because now that is bringing your child into a much more grander state of innocence, a grander state of purity, and it's also working on you reciprocally. So all in all, this is what we can suggest, is continuing to preserve the innocence, the love, the wonder, the purification of what your child or children represent, and letting that reciprocal nature affect you, because they are, again, the fresh connections. The children hold all the power. It's not you. All right? So again, as you start to reciprocate all of that love, you're starting to clear away a lot of bonds. And as you start to bring about the inner child within yourself, you'll start coming pretty close to their level. And now you'll start rolling down a hill. You'll start doing somersaults. You'll start putting your hands in the dirt. You'll start doing the fun things that the earth feels so absolutely overjoyed to feel through you. When you put your hands into the dirt of the earth is overjoyed by that. And here's the thing. Many of you that actually work outside with nature, putting your hands into the earth, will actually have a lot more opportunity to have longevity in yourself. The earth heals you. You are working with the electromagnetic frequencies of the earth constantly, and that rejuvenates you. That is the compatible frequency that will help you to reach larger states of rejuvenation. You will actually discover that many of the healthy people upon your planet involve themselves with earthly affairs. They garden, they do groundkeeping, they farm, they work in the fields, they put their hands in the soil, they work with the earth constantly, and these are the ones that have the longest lives on the planet. Something you should be aware of. All right? We thank you very much for your question. We thank you for this interaction, and we will speak to you again in another perspective of the now. Goodbye. Okay, great. Thank you very much, Killian, for your question. So we're going to wrap everything up for now, guys. Thank you so much for today. So again, tomorrow is the Adronis 2020 transition. Let me just pull up the poster again. There we go. Adronis, the 2020 transition. Again, it's being held on Zoom, and it will be broadcast live on YouTube. Again, if you want to ask questions, you have to be in the Zoom room. Okay, you will not be able to do it on YouTube. So again, you can tune into it on YouTube. It's happening tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Okay. You can also register at newearthteachings.com, but we already have 230 registrations, so it's already pretty packed. But it really is the first people that get in there are the ones that are going to be able to get access to the Zoom room. Okay. So again, thank you again, everybody, for a wonderful broadcast today. I really appreciate it. So again, I will not be here next Friday, but the Friday after next for the next New Earth Teachings webcast. All right. Take care, guys. Thank you so much, and may it be well with you.